right, so this week's guest is somebody that I've gotten to know pretty well over the course of the last 3 months or so. I take it upon my own personal being to try to be that thorn in her heel, while at the same time enjoying get to know her. Please help me welcome our guest today, Miss A.T., Miss Ari Turner.
Hi.
Hey. Thank you for being on Roxy and I's little show here.
Of course.
It is. I think it's important for our students to get to know the admin and realize that we're real people with real jobs, and we have homes and people we care about and everything.
Yeah.
Like, was that weird for you? Like, did you ever have a moment where you saw one of your teachers in the store or something like that, and you're like, what are you doing outside of school and outside of your classroom?
No, I never had that moment. My teachers were super involved and were at my sporting events, and I would hang out with them during lunch. So it was kind of like I knew there were people, and some of them had kids when I was in school, and they brought their kids. So it didn't really feel that way. I didn't have that experience.
I always felt like it was every time I ran into a student anywhere outside of school, it always felt like you got the same question. What are you doing here?
Yeah. No,
I like to
get
eat.
that from them, but I never got that from my own teachers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Sorry
gotcha.
if I misunderstood.
No,
Yeah,
you're
they
good.
think I'm weird. Yes.
So let's get to know you a little bit. I've gotten to know you. I like what I hear. So you're from Washington State.
Originally from Alaska.
Originally from Alaska.
Originally from Alaska.
Okay, fun fact.
Yes.
So what is it about Alaska that people get completely right, and something about Alaska people get completely wrong?
People get completely right that it does stay darker, longer, and lighter longer. So that is correct. What they get wrong is that they don't think we have a summer. They don't think it gets hot, and it does get warm, it does get hot, it gets in the 80s and 90s.
Really?
Yeah, so it's not like...
Okay,
yeah.
honestly, I feel like I know a lot of worthless trivia, and I would never have guessed that they get even in the 80s, much less
Yes,
than
in the 80s for sure.
Wow.
I mean, we'll visit 90, but not living in it, but definitely 80s. Yeah.
Okay, so this is completely off track, but what's the coolest wild animal you ever saw? Like, did you ever bump into a moose or
all the time.
grizzly bear?
Moose, bears. My grandma had a bear in her backyard. We had a moose that destroyed our sprinkling system in the back of our house. There was a family, it wasn't a fence in the back of my home in Anchorage. There was a little creek behind it with woods.
Okay.
So moose will stop in the road. Ran into a moose when I was riding my bike with my dad, and it's that was the scariest because you gotta
they're big.
You gotta slowly, and they will attack you.
Sure.
I mean, they have killed people.
Yeah, they can get disgruntled.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So we needed a new, as we got bigger, as our school got bigger, we needed a new assistant principal. And one of the things that Mr. Nowlin always says is, you interview us as much as we interview you. So what is it that attracted you to Canyon View? What was it about our school that said, I want to be a part of that?
Well, I had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Nowlin before I even interviewed for the job. And that was one of the best conversations I had with any educator. Just the dynamics of the school, the open concept, the fact that students will leave with a 2-year career path, that is phenomenal. I believe every child should have an extra set of skills alongside their academics. And so the conversation was great. He believes in a lot of things I believe in, diversity, also just the open concept of the classrooms, teachers not owning the space. It's student-centered, which is what I love. So that's what made me really want to be here.
Awesome. So give us a little insight. So now you're here.
Yes.
So give us a little insight to what it is that you do. So whether it's as an assistant principal or maybe some of your duties, some of your responsibilities, what is it that Miss Ari Turner, Miss A.T., which you go by, just for the record, she likes Miss A.T., that's not disrespectful, that's what she actually prefers, and it's easy to remember, so that's good. But what is it that you're responsible for?
Okay, so I'm responsible for all things COVID, which
she is what we have deemed the COVID popo.
Yes.
She is COVID popo.
Yes, COVID popo. So we are 6 feet apart. You don't have to worry about that. So all things COVID, campus safety, I supervise math and social studies, evaluative basically. I also am over equity, diversity and inclusion, along with social emotional learning, restorative practices, which includes discipline. I feel like I'm missing something.
You're also kind of the point person for the freshman class, correct?
Yes. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm over freshmen, so I partner with Miss Charleston. So that's been fun.
And you'll be with that
Yes.
cohort of students all the way till they graduate in 24.
We're gonna
right?
roll out for the first time. When you walk across that stage, I'll be right there with you.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Absolutely.
I love that. So you had mentioned that part of your responsibilities was the cultural and diversity inclusion model, and obviously that's one of our core values here. So like, tell us as a community, like, why is diversity, especially in these times today, like, why is diversity so important, and why it's so important that we don't just sweep it under the rug when we've got all of this momentum of people just talking for the first time?
Every person, every human needs to be seen and needs to be heard. They need to be valued for who they are, regardless of what your opinion is about who they are. They need to be able to have the space to do that and the respect for someone to listen and accept them and feel as if they belong. They need to see themselves. It's very important for us to see ourselves as we walk around campus, as we're reading books, as we're watching movies, whatever it is, and be open to learn each other's cultures and each other's identities. We grow from that. I mean, I've grown from every cultural opportunity I have had. And so it makes us a better community, and it makes you a better human. So that's why I think it's so important.
I like that. It makes us a better human. That's something that we'll take with us forever, right? And I love that we do have so much diversity at Canyon View. I'm going to shout out Zara. I don't know if you'll even watch this. I am still moved by Zara, and she did a slam poetry about what it means to be Muslim. And
her job, right? Her job, yeah.
And so whether it's religious diversity, we have a great, amazing
LGBTQ.
Yes, plus
yes.
community, and we have a club on GSA on campus, and Black Student Union is so important on our campus, and I love the celebration of that. Even our ESS students,
Absolutely.
Our ESS students, and being able to partner with them, it's really exciting. Like, I just think it's amazing. So, a little bit. Let's go back to personal. Let's go back to you.
Okay.
You played basketball.
Yes.
So, give us a little background as to high school, college. Where did that path take you?
I started playing basketball in the 3rd grade. My brother was actually coached me for the first time, which was a horrible experience, but it made me a better person.
Because it was your brother?
Because it was my brother,
Okay.
and I sprained my ankle for the first time, and he was like, "Get up." He's like, "You're not hurt." I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "Do you need to go to the hospital?"
Your foot sideways, and he's saying, "Walk it off."
He's like, "You need to go to the hospital?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Let's go. We got this game to win." Okay, well, so that was another experience, and then actually that wasn't the first experience. That was the first tournament. My first experience with basketball, I was handing out like drinks for other girls, and they're in this camp, and I'm watching. I have my full pink outfit on, my matching shoes and hair done, and I'm like, I can do that. So I went home, got my dad's basketball shorts, and told my mom I never wanted to wear pink again, and played through college.
Nice. Okay, so where did you go to college? Where did you play?
Seattle University. I went to Evergreen State my freshman year on a full ride, and then transferred to Seattle U just because the level of competition was better, and I needed that push. And I had actually a few young ladies that I played against in high school that were at Seattle U that I had a pretty good relationship with.
That's kind of neat when you can take rivals and then become teammates,
right? Oh yeah, and we were rivals. Like, it was serious. And my brother went there, and my cousin was going there, so it was a great fit. So
as we kind of wrap up, you've been here. What is it about sharing an office or sharing a wall with me? Because I don't know if you know this, but it goes my office, then Miss AT, then Miss Reed. And so what's been the best part of sharing a wall with me?
It's interesting. It's funny because I actually shared an office with my last team. Like, we shared a space, right? And it was like not that big, but I feel like you're in my space all the time, Bill, and I can hear you. You're very, very loud. I can hear you talk.
The question was, what's the best part of it? So just hearing my voice is what I'm hearing from you.
It makes me feel better because I'm loud. So I hope, it's okay because I can just yell at you.
Right.
And you can hear me.
That's true. We communicate a lot through the walls without actually getting up and
Or lazy,
addressing
Bill.
it.
I just realized we don't get up.
I was blaming it on the pandemic, but you're right. I think we're probably just too lazy to get up and come and talk to each other.
Yeah, we just yell.
All right, Miss AT, now we're going to transition into our rapid fire questions. These are the same questions we're going to ask every guest that ever comes on our show. And so whether it's a word or a phrase or just a sentence that you can sum it up in, here's your questions. What was your first day of high school like in one word?
Exciting.
Exciting. Mm-hmm. All right. What is one piece of advice that you will always remember?
Take the meat and leave the bone.
All right. What's the context of that?
The context is you want to take everything that's good and leave the junk behind.
Love it.
Yeah.
Like the high school experience, right?
Yes.
What is your favorite sound?
My dog, when he's like trying to get my attention, but he doesn't want to go outside, it's like, and they go just do a little tiny bark.
All right. Take your word for it. What is your least favorite sound?
Nails on a chalkboard.
All right.
They probably know nothing about chalkboard.
This is true, but it's terrible. If you could do one job and be great at it, what would you rather be doing?
A college basketball coach, for sure.
What job would you least like to do?
Well, okay, so being here, maintenance. I couldn't do outside maintenance in Arizona.
God bless the maintenance.
God bless the maintenance.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is your favorite word?
My favorite word is, oh my gosh, I totally had a blank.
That's more of a phrase,
yes.
If I could guess.
Oh, Jesus save the children.
Which I have heard you say on more than one occasion across the wall.
Yes.
What's your least favorite word?
I can't. I don't like it when people say that they can't.
I 100% agree with that. And finally, what is a show that everybody should be watching but might not be?
Love Autism is a show I just binged and I could not stop watching it. It was just it showed diversity.
Yeah.
It showed love and diversity, and it really opened my eyes to a lot of things I didn't know about people with autism or Asperger's and their journey, like a deeper look into what they do. Yeah.
All right, well that wraps up rapid fire. So being a collegiate athlete, you are steeped in competition. And
yes.
So if you have a little bit more time,
yes.
I believe we have a game that we would love to go head to head, and that literally is the name of the game. We are going to play head to head if you're interested.
Okay, I'm in. Let's do it.
All right, here we go.
Let me get ready,
Head to head with Miss AT. All right, so here we are. We are doing heads up. And so I'm going to give you a couple of categories, Miss AT. Would you rather lose to blockbuster movies? Trust me, you don't want to play that with me. Icons, legends, and stars, or pop culture?
Pop culture. That's
awesome. Okay, we're going to go with Animals Gone Wild. We're going to go with Animals Gone Wild. This is where you and I will have to try to get each other to guess what animal is on our forehead.
Okay.
Here we go. I'm going to put this up on my forehead first.
You're looking.
Well, yeah, but I have to wait till it gives me the countdown.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Oh God. Okay, so it's something that you can also roast. People eat it.
Pig.
Okay, but there's something else in front. Another word in front of that. It's smaller.
Delicious pig?
No, it's
Little
a
pig,
but they call it
pygmy.
No, it's a smaller one. So they're not as large as the bigger pig.
A pygmy pig. Okay, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so they're super tiny, they're super annoying, and they get on you.
Ants.
Yeah.
Did I just click it? No, pass. Go.
Okay, so this also looks like a chicken, but it's the male chicken.
Rooster.
Yes. Huh? Oh, this is kind of like a deer and kind of like a...
Antelope.
Yes. Okay, so this is like really small. It looks it's like a long rat, but with a tail.
Weasel.
No.
Ferret.
Yes. This is red and it has spots.
Red with spots.
And it has wings. Red with black spots. and it has
Ladybug.
wings. Yes.
Could have said insect, but sure.
You got it.
All right. So, a guinea pig. A guinea pig. A guinea pig.
Aren't they smaller?
Yes, but they're also a rodent.
I don't know that. Look, some
You
people
put them
make
in a cage. They run on a wheel.
I don't like things like
Oh,
that, so
for crying out
listen,
loud.
I don't know.
Guinea pig. It's smaller. It's a pig. It's a smaller pig. Are you kidding me? All
Okay,
right.
so you got one wrong. Oh my God, this is gonna be terrible.
I got 6. I got 6 right.
You said I thought I said you got one
Okay.
wrong. Okay.
Ready? 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Okay. This is an animal that's got a bunch of spines on it.
Spines?
Quills.
Like a dinosaur type?
No, this is also a rodent. It has little, you are afraid that it's gonna shoot you with the quills. It's got spines.
Spines?
Yes, I don't know what else it's not a pig.
What? Spines?
You're wasting time.
Okay.
Porcupine.
Oh,
Okay, this has
You cheated.
a giant trunk.
elephant.
Okay,
Is that it?
yep.
Okay.
This is Los Angeles' football team. It is a goat, a male goat. It has big horns.
Ram.
Ram. Okay, NBC's mascot. It's a bird. It's got big feathers.
Eagle?
No, big feathers. They
Hawk?
like to. No, big. NBC
NBC has
has big. Their tail feathers, and they strut.
ostrich? What was it?
It was a peacock. A peacock, not an
I was
ostrich.
going there next. I didn't know NBC.
Next, we did it for like 10 whole seconds.
You look so horrible on the porcupine. It has spines.
What did I say? Did I not say? Then you tell me what a porcupine is.
Okay, so they're round.
Yeah.
Right? And they have
Smaller than a pig? Okay, now tell me what you would have said for
I would say
porcupine.
they have like sharp things, skinny things
Like
that come out of
spines?
their body.
Like quills? You see what I work with here? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You know
God.
what? I think it's safe to say that I am now 1-1 in our game, Roxy, because Jay beat me last week, and I can assuredly say that I beat a collegiate athlete at Heads Up, because that wasn't even close.
Whatever. You picked the wrong category.
I did. Miss AT, I love you to death. I am so glad you're part of Canyon View. I can't wait for our students to get to know you as well as I've gotten to know you, because I think they're going to love you to death. And thank you for being on our little experiment here.
Of course.
Yeah, we'll see you down the road. I'll see you in a few minutes. But
Yeah.
thank you guys so much. Tune in next week. I don't want to give away exactly who it is, because we're going to start a social media presence where we'll give you all the information you need for the next show. So thanks again. Hope you had a good time. This has been the Real Beal for live from the ITC, and we'll see you next week.